Would you rather advise JFK during the Cuban Missile Crisis or Lincoln during the Civil War?
More important would be Lincoln during the Civil War. Easier would have been JFK during the missile crisis. I would have advised him to do exactly what he did. America was in real danger of being torn apart during the Civil War.
George Washington during the Whiskey Rebellion or Thomas Jefferson during the Louisiana Purchase?
Be a lot easier with Jefferson at the Louisiana Purchase. I would have taken out one of my trusty fountain pens and signed the check.
Woodrow Wilson after the sinking of the Lusitania or FDR after Pearl Harbor?
FDR after Pearl Harbor, it was clear as a bell he had American support, which he didn't have till then necessarily, to go to war with Japan. Whether to go to war against Germany was a very tough decision. I don't like Woodrow Wilson, but that's a separate issue. That was a tougher decision. Americans were very, very divided on whether to do more than supply the Brits, for example, with weapons in World War I. And frankly, I'm the opposite of an isolationist, but I have great understanding and sympathy for the Americans who didn't want to get involved in World War I.
Herbert Hoover during the stock market crash of '29 or Carter during the Iranian Revolution and hostage crisis?
That's a tough one. Neither would have been easy. My take on Carter and the hostage crisis was they sensed he would be weak. My sword of proof is that the moment Ronald Reagan was elected, they let the hostages go. It's like when I asked Neil Ferguson, the great British historian, would Putin have invaded Ukraine if Donald Trump were president? I had no idea what he would say. And without a breath, he said, no. People don't fool around with America if they think the leader is tough.
Truman before Hiroshima and Nagasaki or George W. Bush after 9/11?
There's moral clarity that Truman had to drop the bomb. A vast number of Japanese lives were saved because it ended the war, not just American lives. George W. Bush after 9/11, the tougher one was whether to go into Iraq. Contrary to what people would have expected, I did not call for invading Iraq. Once we invaded, I was adamant that we win, but I didn't oppose going in, but I didn't support it either.